Morning, QA. It's an LPTE here, QA. Low probability trading environment to the nth degree. It's really a very slow trading day. I haven't taken any trades. I don't intend to take any right now until I get some sort of market move. I think we're having an inside day. The SPY is likely to trade inside yesterday's range. Now, it could break out, who knows, but right now we're just going sideways. I recommend keeping your wallet in your pocket. Keep your money in your pocket this morning. Keep your powder dry. There is just no edge right now to this market. Ari pointing out Moderna's moving. Yeah, moving up pretty strong right now. Just the last two candles, it's getting some movement. Saying that the FDA is going to limit COVID vaccines to people over 65 or at high risk of serious illness. I don't know, but that's obvious. Something's popping Moderna here right now. Am I going to chase it? No, I'm not. There's two big deep candles. Yeah, COVID news. That's what I figured it was. Again, this is just not a good market to be trying to trade. Moderna moving up nicely, and nothing I would want to chase. I'm not sure what the straddle strangle situation is on it. Trading at 29 roughly. $246 for a 29 straddle. ATR 158. Too expensive. Implied volatilities have jacked up the premiums. So you can't even take a straddle on it right now. Taking a straddle and you're paying $2.46 for a stock that moves $1.58. Shines is close to a log off and take a walk day. Yeah, it is. It is. This is likely to be an inside day unless we get some sort of news driving this thing. Trump's been speaking here for a while. The market's not doing anything. market's getting dealt to his comment shy. It depends on what he's talking about. If there was talk about tariffs in there, believe me, there would be some reaction. QA, you're investing in some SOMH. That works well. Sitting on your hands. Will I cut Zim if it fails to recover 50 SMA when the market closes today, Jason? Let me look at Zim. The 200 is what you're talking about. If it fails to get through the 200, I'm gonna use 1844 as my line in the sand. 1844, Jason. If it holds 1844, I'll stay in it for another day and see what it does here. Still very nice and bullish. Just to get through the 200 yesterday and came back to it, and it's below it this morning. But the market's not doing anything, so I'll give it another day if it stays again above 1844. Oh, really? All right, sorry I had to step away for a second. I just had some technical issues I'm trying to deal with here on my laptop. Ryan, you want to say you appreciate that I truly trade what I see and don't get caught up in others' biases? Yep, I try not to even get caught up in my own biases. I'm just trying to follow price action and technicals. And what I see right now and today in the market is something that tells me don't trade. I mean, this is screaming don't trade to me right now. I mean, you can find some good ones here and there, okay? Moderna moved up pretty nicely off of some news, but again, where's it going to go? I have no idea. This is news, and it's coming back down again. So, and you can't do a straddle or a strangle on these things because I looked at that and the prices are too high. You get too much implied volatility in the options. So, for me right now, this is just don't trade. And I hate to have to say that, but don't trade because people come in and they want to trade. I have an alert service. People want to see a lot of trades. I think we've taken 4 or 5 trades this week in the alert service, and every single one has been a winner. But that's all we've had. There hasn't been any others to take. And in this market, you have to be cautious like that. I mean, it's just it's a tough market to trade. But we're not trying to take trades. Our objective here is not to make trades. Our objective is to make money. And on a day like this, we make money by not taking trades, because missing a trade that was going to be a loser is just as good as taking a trade that was going to be a winner. About 11:38 here. And market, not doing anything. DG continues further into the gap. Yeah, it's been pretty nice setup here this morning on data and Dollar General. I got 102.47 as a resistance on that thing. It's getting kind of it's getting a little extended here. It is inside the gap. We've got a couple of resistance areas inside that gap as well, but it is in a gap. And I haven't made it in a trade today. And at this pace, I probably won't. I mean, there's a couple of good ones here and there that are set up. Somebody just took TCOM as a short. TCOM's a decent short on the daily chart as well. But to me, I just there it is right there. We're getting yellow here. This was earnings. It's breaking down a little bit. The yellow here and green here. So I'm not going to swing something like that. But for an intraday trade, not bad. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching anything right now. Very slow price action. SPY trying to break down a little bit, but this is just it's very, very slow. Maybe we'll get a momentum, some movement this afternoon. I don't know. Vodafone. That's a good one, Voda. This Tesla trying to bounce over the VWAP here right now. SPY breaking down here now, below the pivot point. Not exactly below the lay of the day. Low of the day on the SPY is 592.04. 592.04 low of the day. Again, we're just right in the middle of yesterday's price action. This is an inside day so far. And SPY went below the pivot point. Now it's back above the pivot point again. Tesla made a nice little move above the VWAP here. So decent long setup here for a very quick trade. Nice little move in Tesla. Like I said, that was a decent move of the VWAP. Right here with a nice little pop. Again, I wouldn't stay in these things very long. But that's a nice little pop there on Tesla. Yeah, you already pointed that out. That's right, Samran. Tesla came across the VWAP right there with a nice little break. This is a decent trade right there. Again, 2-3 candles. You can stay in it as long as you feel like it's got momentum, which it does right now. Buy with a little bounce here now. Again, one green candle doesn't make a trend here. You got to have some follow through, which you're not getting at all right now. Just a lot of chop. So there's a little bit of a momentum loss in Tesla. So I mean, that was a decent trade, you know, 2 or 3 candles for Tesla. If you were doing calls, these things probably would have gone up about $1.25 or something, $1.50. So that's a pretty good trade in this market. Again, I don't have any confidence in this market. Come up on 12 o'clock. SPY still trying to get back above that VWAP. again, just remember that, you know, not taking a trade that would have been a loser is just as good as taking a trade that was a winner. It's important when you have a slow day like this that if you're trying to find a trade, make sure it's really outstanding relative to the market, because the market's not giving you any help here right now. This Palantir is starting to move up a little bit off of a low. Again, you'd be out of Tesla at this point. You should be. It was a decent move. That's about all you can expect today. Again, I'm not really trading anything. By trying to bounce over the VWAP again. SPY volume really horrible. Again, inside day today most likely. So far, that's where we are as far as this candlestick is concerned. Right in the middle of yesterday's trading action. Inside, that's what an inside day means. Price action today stays inside of yesterday's candle. That it's not getting any better here in the market. This market is still just chopping around. It's about 12:05 here, and I don't really have any inclination to take anything. The Tesla trade was a good trade. Again, you have to be out of it now, of course. See, we got any questions here? I got a few here. Would I entry be after the close on the one that confirms above the VWAP? I would have taken, on a day like this, I would have taken it right here on this candle. That's where I would have taken it, right here, as it broke above the VWAP and went there. Because if you wait for too much today, it's going to reverse on you. Let me see what I can actually look like there. Yeah, like you can actually get a Fibonacci reversal back here at 11:35. These is Fibonacci continuations, but you couldn't take it there at 11:35 because of the VWAP. So then you take it on the first break through the VWAP. Obviously making an assumption that the breakout is going to hold. So that's where I would have taken it, right there, right after this candle. This went through it, closed above it, take it right there, and then you're out. But these are very, very quick trades. That's a SPY super system trade on Tesla. That's all that is. It's a slow day and we're chasing two candle moves. That's all there is. It's basically like a SPY super system. It really is. Yeah, and again, Shai, you took 60 cents on Tesla as it went through the VWAP, but all there is scalps, and scalps are very difficult. Most traders shouldn't even be trying them. Obviously, if you're under pattern day trader rules, you can't do that unless you've got a cash account. So right now, there really, to me, for most traders, there really isn't anything to do here right now. Do I trade? Sorry, do I trade more moves from below the VWAP to above the VWAP? Rather than pullbacks down to and then getting a Fibonacci reversal? No, not really. I kind of like the pull down to it and then a bounce. But in a day like today, we don't have any trend. If you're moving through the VWAP and you've got a nice trend, like as Tesla comes down here and bounces off the VWAP, I don't know that that's as good a trade today as this would have been, because it doesn't have a really good trend to follow. But if you've got a good trend to follow, then a pull back to the VWAP under the 15, any support level is a good trade, I think. You find that sometimes the Fibonacci reversal takes 1 to 2 candles, can be the whole move. Exactly, which is what I just said. It could be. Time you're in the top, it stalls out, but in this particular case, Tesla had a Fibonacci reversal at 11:35 right here. So you could have taken it on this candle or this candle, but this is the one I would have taken it on as it closed above the VWAP here and then continued. But that was a continuation of the Fibonacci, which actually did the reversal right here. Not to get too much on the weeds, but again, this is a horrible day for trading. It's just awful. I mean, just look at this garbage. Palantir up 25 cents, not much to speak of here. IBM down $1.60 today. Still very bullish, just moving sideways. PRCH had a pretty wild day so far today. Get up to 12.16, now it's trading at 10.11. Jay, is A, A, B, and B, is it a good short if it goes through into the 512 gap? I know SMIs are nearby at 129.70 for support. Let me see A, B, and B. Here, B and B. Yeah, I mean, I've got quite a bit of support on this thing coming up. I don't have any horizontal lines drawn in here. I need to do that. But here, it's below the 8 and it's got the 15 right here. This is likely going to be support. A lot of times when stocks break through the 8, they go right to the 15 and then bounce right off of there. You see that time and time again on stocks. But that right there is it's obviously a short. It's got a little bit of room down here. But let me draw a couple of horizontal lines and see what I see. See, there's no high volume bars anywhere in here. This was probably the closest one, 128.34. Let me draw a few more. That's one there. Another one there. Kind of messy. It's very messy in here. Very messy in here. 132.79. It's got to stay below there. Then you got room down to pretty much the 15. The next high volume is down at 130.20. So yeah, somewhere around 130.87. So you get about $2 if it clears this 132.79. It's got to stay below there. What's it doing? It's just moving right along it right now. So again, this is not a good day for trading. I mean, you need a market flush down to give you a little bit of impetus on that. SPY pulling it down now, 3 red candles in a row. Almost a trend. Q's bouncing off the VWAP. Q's showing a little bit more strength than the SPY right now. Tesla was a good long for what, 2.5 candles. Now it's coming back in again. Just an awful day to trade. Really is awful. I mean, people finding trades and they're trading, but I just don't see the advantage to trying to find some trades today. Could they work? Sure, of course they can. You can make a little bit of money, but if you take a trade and it didn't work, you're losing money on it. And again, today, if you're sitting out at trades, you're sitting out not taking trades, you're even. And even right now is going to be way better than most people trading today. SPY below the pivot point right now in the VWAP. Q's holding right just above the VWAP. So Q's holding up better than the SPY right now, down about 0.4%, however, and the SPY is down about 0.4%. They're very similar, except the Q's are above the VWAP, the SPY is below it. IWM only down 0.2%, 0.1%. IWM actually a little bit stronger than the rest of the market today, but really not going anywhere. Circus Sim broke 1840. Do I wait till the end of the day? Yeah, I don't take it off based on intraday action. Okay, so it's you may look back and say I should have taken it off because it fell more, but a lot of times it'll bounce back up above it again. So no, I don't. I'm cognizant of the fact that it's at 1844 right now, but again, am I going to take it off? No, I'm going to wait till probably about 3:30 at least before I make a decision. About 12:18. I can grab lunch around 12:30, so about another 10-12 minutes. I'm going to take something to eat. I haven't done anything today. I haven't even made a trade. The only one I would have considered taking was this Tesla trade here. That's it. I mean, there's some good stocks that are long and some good shorts. There's HD just breaking down below the pivot point here. It's got the 8 exponential moving average on the daily chart down here by around 375, so it's got a couple bucks to the downside. But again, I just don't see trade in this market. You can make some money on some of these trades, of course, if you get the best stock, but you're missing that edge. And basically, a lot of them are just going to be very quick trades. They're going to be scalpy type trades. QUBT starting to bounce a little bit. QBTS has been holding up very well. Terrible day. It's a good day not to trade. You know, it is a bad day to trade. The point is, if you don't make any trades, you end up even at the end of the day, which is actually can be pretty good. Market just chopping around. Thoughts on CRWV for long? Let me take a look at that, William. That's the core weave. Yeah, fairly new stock here. Came out in April. Yeah, it is a little extended. It's not terrible, but isn't tremendously extended. The 8's at 74 basically, so it's about $17 above the 8. Yeah, it's 2 ATRs above it. That's pretty extended on CRWV. Probably a little bit. It's breaking out, but again, this stock doesn't have a lot of history, and it's breaking out to a new all-time high. But of course, that's only since April. That's when the stock came up. But yeah, it's pretty nice. I don't know that I'd hold it overnight. Day trading might be okay. Yeah, it's definitely somewhat extended, Williams. So you have to be careful. 2 candles is like a swing, 2.5 candles like a leap. Pretty funny, man. That's about right. Everybody's got some funny comments. Shai's been watching Star Wars, so he says the chop is strong with this one today. Yeah, I agree with the Shai. You have to be it's very hard. You have to nail both the entry and the exit for quick trades. Squeeze out a tad bit of money. To me, it's just not worth it either. For most people, I mean, listen. If you're a professional trader and you're there's good traders who are going to make money today for sure. You know, they're trading stocks that are weak on like HT or TCOM or something like that. Or they're trading Tesla to the long side and they're taking quick trades in these things. But for most traders, this is not a day to be trading, because you don't have a market. And when you don't have a market, that takes away one of the criteria for your edge. Again, the edge is right down here. Trade with the market trend if there is one, and again, trade the direction of stock if there is one. Then you've got to use your institutional information here on your SPY Super System. But there really isn't much going on here today. You can squeeze out a few bucks and be proud of the fact that you made some money, but you understand that you could easily take a small loss too. Again, I can't just tell you some things to trade here today, but I'm not trading anything. I mean, I know some folks are trading, and again, like I said, if you're a professional trader and you've been doing this for a long time, you can make money in any kind of markets. You could make money today. I mean, there are some potential shorts and some potential longs out here right now that you could be trading, but you have to stay on top of it. And most of these trades you're not going to want to put into a swing trade category right now. Because the market's bullish. We've had 6 up days in a row. Now we're getting just an inside day. Will it continue up or down? We don't have any idea. I mean, on the daily chart, SPY's got resistance up here at 594.72. It's support at 591.16. It's sitting right in the middle of the two. If you're going to do anything today, I would put a butterfly on the SPY at 593. Expiring today. It's probably going to be reasonably cheap, and if the market doesn't go anywhere, it's probably going to make some money. That's about it for just trades that they're going. As long as they're cheap, it's not a problem. Looking at Peloton, which moved up on this morning on some unusual option activity. There was some good money to be made on this thing off of that this morning, and now it's just going sideways. Video holding up okay. Holding up over the VWAP here. Tesla, there goes another pop in Tesla. Popped up, pulled down. Now popping pretty big green candle on Tesla right there. And Tesla's got some room here now above 347.03. Got room up to 364.07. But again, the market's not giving you any help. They react to the Qs and see that the Qs are just going sideways. But Tesla is with a nice green candle here. Moderna, see what Moderna did. Big pop up there, now it's going nowhere. Again, low probability trading environment, as I've been saying all day. And I'm going to take lunch here in a minute. I might as well, because I don't see myself putting on any trades right now. Like I said, a SPY butterfly with a 593. That way, if the market stays where it is right now, you've got some opportunity to make some money on a butterfly. But straddles and strangles can't take very well either, because the stocks aren't doing anything. Most of them are moving sideways. IBM flushing. Let me see, IBM flushing. Yeah, it's coming down. Again, always in a case like this, when you're looking at IBM, right, you're looking at it, you think it's flushing. Of course, this causes emotions in you. When you're long IBM, switch over to the daily chart. See where it is. There's where it is right there. There's your yesterday's position. The day before that, it's holding that. It's a nice bullish setup. That's the real problem with the 5-minute charts. When you're taking a swing, you look at that and you get emotional, and you start thinking, oh, I'm losing money. The stock's going to keep going down. Wait for your daily. All right, I'm going to get some lunch, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and close down YouTube. Thank you very much, YouTube folks, for being here today. I appreciate it. We'll see you back here tomorrow around 11 o'clock. And good luck.